You ever visit a place that you thought would just be a short trip, a quick escape, a temporary adventure, and then somehow it slowly starts pulling you in? That's exactly what happened to me in the Philippines. I came here for a few weeks, just to explore. Nothing serious, no plans to stay, but somewhere between the noise, the chaos, the laughter, and the unexpected moments, something shifted. Because the Philippines isn't perfect, not even close, but the longer you stay, the more you start to understand something strange. People don't just visit this country, they get attached to it. And before they even realize it, they're not booking a return flight anymore, they're looking for a place to live. So the question is, what is it about the Philippines that makes travelers stay? Let's talk about it. Number 1, the people, but not how you think. Everyone says Filipinos are friendly, but that word doesn't even begin to explain it. Because it's not just friendliness, it's warmth. It's how strangers talk to you like they've known you for years. It's how someone you met yesterday invites you into their home today. At first, it feels unusual, even suspicious. But over time, you realize something. Most people aren't trying to get anything from you. They just genuinely enjoy connection. And in a world where everything feels transactional, that kind of human warmth is rare. But here's where it gets interesting, because the thing that confuses most travelers at first is actually what makes them stay. Number 2, the chaos that feels alive. Let's be honest. The Philippines is chaotic. Traffic doesn't make sense. Plans don't always go as expected. Things move slower than you want. At first, it's frustrating. You compare it to places like Thailand or Vietnam, more organized, more predictable. But then something happens. You stop fighting it. And when you do, you realize something strange. The chaos feels alive. There's energy in it, unfiltered, unpolished, real. And for a lot of people, that's something they didn't even know they were missing. Number 3, cost of living, freedom you didn't expect. For many travelers, this is the practical reason. You can live here on a fraction of what you'd spend back home. Rent, food, transportation, and even small luxuries. Suddenly, life feels lighter. You're not constantly chasing bills. You're not stuck in survival mode. And when you remove that pressure, you gain something powerful: time and freedom. But money alone doesn't make people stay. Because if it did, they'd all just move to the cheapest country. So what makes the Philippines different? Number 4, the language advantage. Here's something people underestimate. Almost everyone speaks English. Not broken English, real conversations, deep conversations. That changes everything. Because in many countries, you feel like an outsider for years. But in the Philippines, you connect instantly. You understand jokes, you share stories, you build relationships faster, and that sense of belonging, that's what turns a visit into something more. Number 5, the emotional culture. Filipinos feel deeply. They celebrate loudly. They love fully. They grieve openly. And that emotional openness is contagious. You start to feel things more. Moments feel bigger, connections feel stronger, life feels less numb. And for many travelers coming from places where everything feels controlled, this becomes addictive. But the moment most people realize they don't want to leave doesn't happen in a big way. It happens quietly. Number 6, the small moments. It's not the beaches, not the resorts, not even the famous islands. It's the small things. A random conversation with a tricycle driver, a shared meal in a simple home, a child waving at you for no reason, a stranger helping you without asking for anything back. Those moments stack up, and one day you realize something. You feel more human here. Number 7, the balance of beauty and reality. The Philippines isn't perfect, and that's exactly why it feels real. For every beautiful beach, there's a struggling community nearby. For every moment of peace, there's a reminder of reality. And strangely, that contrast creates perspective. It makes you appreciate things more. It grounds you. It reminds you what actually matters. But here's the part most people don't expect. The longer you stay, the less you care about the things you used to chase. Number 8, simpler living. Back home, life is complicated. Deadlines, pressure, constant noise. But here, things slow down. You start focusing on simpler things. Good food, good people, good moments. And over time, you realize something powerful. You don't need as much as you thought. Number 9, community over individualism. In many countries, people live for themselves. But in the Philippines, community still matters. Neighbors know each other. Families stay close. People show up for each other. And when you become part of that, even as a foreigner, it changes how you see life. You stop feeling alone. But the final reason, the real reason people stay, is something you don't understand until it happens to you. Number 10, it feels like home when you least expect it. No one comes to the Philippines planning to stay forever. It just happens, slowly, quietly, unexpectedly. One day, you're just visiting. The next, you're extending your stay. Then you're looking at apartments, then you're building a life, and it doesn't make logical sense, but it feels right, because home isn't always where you're from. Sometimes it's where you feel understood. The Philippines isn't for everyone. It's not the most organized, not the most modern, not the easiest place to live. But for the people who stay, it gives them something they couldn't find anywhere else. Connection, meaning, a different way to live. So maybe that's why travelers come here for a week and end up staying for years. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real. And sometimes, real is exactly what people have been searching for all along.